to tonight's roller derby game coming your way from the Cow Palace in San Francisco. Moving into the second half of action now in the game between the Bay Bombers and the Chiefs. The Chiefs are in the dark jerseys, the Bombers are in the light jerseys. Your score as we enter the second half of play is the Bombers 16 and the Chiefs 13. All four jammers out and flying. This happens every time a half gets underway, either the first or the second half. That's one time the jammers do not have to work their way through the pack. Four jammers out. Jerry Murray, the fastest girl on skates, 22. Big Red Jensen, 38, right behind her, taking that block. Jeannie Porter, the Indian girl, in there, 24 for the Chiefs. Also jamming for the Bombers is Roberta Mitchell. Moving on the pack, 24, Jeannie Porter. Roberta Mitchell, 33, there to block for the Bombers. Jan Bell dumped down the track by Porter. There's a block by Mitchell. Down goes 10,000 fans screaming their lungs out here tonight. You probably won't hear us through most of the evening. The rookie of the year in the roller derby league, after being dumped, got up on her skates with some help from Roberta Mitchell's blocking, moved in for 2 big points to make the score 18-13. Your home team, the Bombers, the visiting team, the Chiefs. 18-13, a tremendously exciting start to the second half of play. And with us here tonight is the sportcaster in New York City, one of the top on the East Coast, and he handles the roller derby at Madison Square Garden, Ken Nidell.
Well, it's a fun to be with you. We got a real start in this second half. And, of course, with this tremendous crowd of over 10,000 fans here, we're going to have plenty of action. So here's Walt Harris.
Thanks a lot, Ken. East and West sort of meet tonight. I handle the roller derby on the West Coast, Ken Nidell in New York City. The pack is formed. The jammers in the striped helmets have to work their way out of that pack from the rear of the pack. And out of there already is Judy McGuire for the Chiefs. Number 25, and she is really moving. Out of there is Jan Bell, 35 for the Bombers. Also out 27 for the Chiefs on this jammer, Darlene Anderson. Jensen getting out. All four jammers out and moving on this play. Bell with a block on McGuire. Grabs the lead, but just for a moment as McGuire's back in there. Coming down the stretch, there's the coach. He's out. Got a quick glimpse of he's the coach of the Chiefs. Out there giving signals to his squad. Teamwork, a very important part of the roller derby game. There's a block by Darlene Anderson, 27. Judy McGuire, 25, with the lead, moves up in the rear of the pack. She's got Jerry Murray, 22, to block for her. Let's see if they can set up a play. Jerry Murray to block, 22. Moving up on Roberta Mitchell. McGuire blocked off on the outside. Murray moving into position for a block. Dan Bello now at the rear of the pack for the Bombers. Both teams of the jammer in scoring position. Bello with the lead. McGuire the block, grabs the lead over Bello. About 20 seconds remaining on this jam. Mitchell almost passed by McGuire. Time is running out on this jam. Annis Jensen is leaving the track. It could have been an illegal block. We did not see the call. Still trying to score. Judy McGuire, 25, and Jan Bello, 35 of the Bombers. Blocked by Mitchell. That's it. That's the end of the jam. No score in that jam. It remains 18-13. The Bombers leading the Chiefs. Yeah, we did not see the call on Annis Jensen. She left the track. Did you get the signal on that, or was it skate trouble?
I think she's got a little skate trouble, but of course the Big Red, San Francisco's own Big Red, will be back in there. You can bet on that. There's a pro I watched for, I would say, 16 years. And listen to the cat in the background. We want Red. Annis Jensen getting her skates fixed. She'll be back in action in a short while. Runner Roller Derby's great stars. If you're new to the roller derby game, you'll watch the pack now as it's being formed. The girls in the striped helmets are at the rear of the pack. They are the offensive players. They are the players that can score points, but to do so, they must get through or out of that pack some way or other. Once they are out of that pack, they have 90-second time limit in which to circle that track, catch the pack, and then for each member of the opposing team she passes, she will get a point. How do you catch the pack? Or once the jammer is out, it's up to the blockers on your team to slow that pack down so you can get around and catch that pack. All four jammers are out in a hurry on this play. Leading the way, Roberta Mitchell, 33 of the Bombers. There's Jerry Murray, 22, a veteran of many years of roller derby, grabbing the lead. Jeannie Porter, the Indian girl, 24, moving in, being blocked out by Jan Bello, 35. Tremendous action in tonight's game. Score 18-13. The Bombers lead the Chiefs. Action all the time in roller derby. America's fastest growing sport. Down on the deck with Bello. Mitchell
Mitchell being blocked out by Jerry Murray. Jeannie Porter moves out on this jam, all by herself now. Jeannie Porter, 24, moving on the back. Penalty called on Judy McGuire. Blocking there by Judy Swinsky. Jeannie Porter, a great roller derby star in scoring position, number 24. There's a whip from Jerry Murray. Swinsky cuts her off. Still trying to get by. Action all over the track as the pack is spread out halfway around this track. 24 trying to move in for more points. Jeannie Porter, Judy Swinsky, 37, doing the blocking. Almost by. Did she get by? She did get a girl on the outside. She chalked up a total of 3 points on that jam. Jeannie Porter, 3 points. That makes the score now 18-16. The Bombers leading the Chiefs. Timeout has been called on the track with the score. The Bombers 18, the Chiefs 16. Then the skaters are returning to the track. While they are doing just that, Ken Nidell, how about a brief run over some of the basic rules for new fans to roller derby?
Well, of course, out here, the first thing you want to know is the fact that in the white jerseys, we have the Bombers, and of course, in the familiar blue, the gang from the East Coast, the Chiefs. And there are 5 players of each team on the back track at one time. They move around that track, what is called a pack. When those with the striped helmets break out, they become jamming skaters. In order to score, they must circle the track, come up back in the pack from where they started, and pass members of the opposition within a minute and a half. Because there's a minute and a half time limit on all jams, and you can see how hard it is to get out. And as they get out, Waller move in. Roberta Mitchell, 33 for the Bombers, 23 is Sylvia Elbert for the Chiefs. Out and moving on this jam. Both teams with just 1 jammer out of the pack. The Chiefs are skating 1 member short as Judy McGuire is in the penalty box. The result of 2 minutes for illegal boxing. For illegal blocking. Boxing, of course, not allowed in roller derby. If you fight, you're thrown out of the game, or at least draw a 5-minute penalty. Penalty time is up on McGuire, and she returns to the track, so the Chiefs are back at full strength. Roberta Mitchell still with the lead on this jam, and that's a very important position, because only the leading jammer can call off a jam, and that's through the motion of the hands on the hips. But the jammer that does not have the lead can still score points without the lead. There's a block by Murray on Mitchell. Grabbing the lead is Sylvia Elbert, 23. There's Hannes Jensen there to block, 38. There's Jensen with a block on Elbert. Another block by Big Red. Jerry Murray back there doing the blocking job for the Chiefs. That's the number 1 blocking position right now at the rear of the pack. Elbert moved by, blocking by Jeannie Porter, set it up. The Indian girl, 24. So that's another point for the Chiefs. That closed the gap to 18-17. Sylvia Elbert, 23, scored the point. Jeannie Porter set up the block. There you can see as they're working out in the infield, someone probably with a slight Charlie horse. These athletes, of course, in top condition you have to be to take part in a roller derby game. Going around this track, the pack never stopping for 1 moment. The pack must keep moving at all times. Only the jammers are allowed to go to the rail for a brief rest, and that's just for a lap or 2, and the official signal them to rejoin that pack. As you notice now, the girls in the striped helmets will be at the rear of the pack, all 4 of them at the rear of the pack. Equal blockers up front, then the officials will signal that another play is underway. Then the jammers have to start working their way through that pack or around it with the aid of their blockers. So watch them go now. Jerry Murray, 22. Fastest girl on skates in there on a jam. Let's see if she can work her way out. She's going to the outside. Hannes Jensen blocking her out. All 4 girls in the striped helmets working up in the rear of the pack. There's Jerry Murray. Going to the outside off that whip. She's by, and she's out of there. Jerry Murray moving for the Chiefs on this play. Hannes Jensen getting out of the back for the Bombers. Also out of the back for the Bombers, Jan Dallow. It's a 2-on-1 situation, but Jerry Murray can fly. She has the lead. Another illegal blocking penalty called by an official in the middle of the pack. It's Judy Sawinski of the Bombers. She will go in the penalty box for 2 minutes. Bombers 1 member short. You do not substitute for a penalized skater. Jerry Murray pulling up on the back with plenty of time remaining on this jam. 50 seconds remaining. There she comes. Bumping Roberta Mitchell, but she went down. As you notice, that's
one of the rules of the roller derby game. Jerry Murray went down from the force of her own block, immediately jumped to her skates and called off that jam before she was passed by the following jammers for the Bombers. She had not called it off immediately, not got back to her skates and called it off. She would have been passed and the Bombers would have had 2 jammers in scoring position. Jerry Murray, really one of the greats, Ken.
Well, there's no doubt about it. I've always tabbed her as the Babe Dietrichson of roller derby because of her great career out of Des Moines, Iowa. This girl was a great softball pitcher. In fact, pitched in the state tournament in Omaha and came on in the roller derby years ago with Gene Getty and Red Jensen and the rest. And tonight, it's going to be a great contest out here, Walt, because it looks like the coaches are going to play a little man-for-man here with a great competitor, Jensen, pitted against Murray. And I'm watching this because so far there isn't much of a zone defense. It's more or less of a man-to-man they're playing up to now.
So here we go again with another play getting underway. Big Red Jensen there at the head of the back, getting out. She is a blocker. A blocker can move out on the jam, but a blocker cannot score, or a blocker cannot call off the jam. But getting out of there for the Chiefs, whipped out by Jerry Murray. Judy McGuire, 25. She's out and flying around that back. Big Red Jensen pulling away from the pack, but as I mentioned, she is a blocker. She's looking back, waiting for a jammer on her squad to get out. Plenty of time remaining on this jam, and in the period, there's about 47 seconds to go here in the first period in the last half. 4 periods in each half, each period of 12 minutes duration. As Judy McGuire closes on the pack with 38 seconds to go in this period, and as Red Jensen now at the rear of the pack to block. From the front to the rear, she went immediately. Great skater, Annis Red Jensen pouring on the blocks on Judy McGuire. Look at the blocks by Big Red. 21 seconds remaining on this jam. Jensen still pouring the blocks to McGuire. Block after block by Big Red on Judy McGuire, who's fighting to get in there for the points. Time rapidly running out, 10 seconds. It's another jammer is coming up for the Chiefs. And Big Red keep them both out of there with 5 seconds to go. Jensen, 38, did the job. No points scored on that jam. So at the end of the first period here in the last half, the score is 18-17. The Bombers leading the Chiefs. Just a sidelight to Big Red's career. As Ken has mentioned, she's one of the roller derby greats. Big Red is married. Her husband is a former roller derby star, Rosie Baker. And Annis has 3 fine youngsters. Yet she's in good condition and out here giving it all everything she's got all the time, Ken.
What a terrific contest in this great crowd of well over 10,000 for Cow Palace in San Francisco. And as we pointed out, I believe, Walt, that with the men coming on, they're going to have to go some to keep up with those gals, because when you got Jensen and Murray pitted against each other, along with guys like Porter and the rest, we're going to have it. But look at this men's field. Here's action. All right, Walt.
Well, there's a lot of beef out there, and there's a lot of small, sleek greyhounds. Little Mike Gammon, 25, a man to keep your eye on for the Chiefs. Big John Parker out there at the head of the pack. Great stars in this game between the Chiefs and the Bombers. Some of roller derby's greatest stars. Here comes that little Mike Gammon on the outside. Let's see if Charlie O'Connell can cut him off, number 40. Charlie O'Connell, the most valuable skater in the roller derby league. There he is at the bottom of Mike Gammon. Charlie O'Connell, not only roller derby's most valuable skater, but also the number 1 getter in votes for the All-Star team. 24-year-old youngster, tremendously strong, and a great skater. Here comes Bill Arena, the coach of the Bombers, moving out of the back on this jam. Charlie O'Connell keeping things under control at the head of the pack. His job now is to keep the Chiefs from getting a jammer out and to slow that back down so Bill Arena can catch it less time and have more time in which to score. 90 seconds ticks off the minute the jammer is out of that pack. Bobby Seaver out there blocking, and it looks like an illegal block. Bobby Seaver, 33 of the Bombers, to the penalty box for holding. Bombers now 1 member short, but they have the lead jammer out on this play, Bill Lorino. Bill Lorino, 29-year-old coach of the Bombers, hails from Chicago. Now they're moving for the Chiefs on this play. Now is Cease Hatfield, their coach. Tex Hatfield. Hatfield hails from Dallas, Texas. Bill Lorino at the rear of the pack. Big Gene Gammon there to block for the Chiefs. 22. Just 10 seconds remaining on this jam. Bill Lorino putting a block on Hatfield. Now he makes his move on Gene Gammon. Gene Gammon with his block. Hatfield grabs the lead on the jam. Time ran out on that jam. No score. Time 90 seconds has gone by. So the score remains 18-17. The Bombers leading the Chiefs by 1 point with 9.5 minutes to go here in the second period in the last half. That big Gene Gammon, 22, is a tough man to get by, Ken.
Well, Gene has always been a great athlete. Hometown Columbus, Ohio. Played a lot of football in high school. And, of course, mighty proud of Iron Mike Gammon. Now, little Iron Mike, you know, is Jerry Murray's son, and we call him Iron Mike because I think he weighs at the most, Walt, about 125 pounds wringing wet. But when it comes to what it takes to be an athlete against powerhouse players that you see on this track with the size of O'Connell with his talent, and Mike can take everything these big guys can give out, he's really got it.
That's for sure. He only weighs 125, but I think big Gene Gammon, I still don't think he weighs 210, Ken. I think he's a bigger man than that. Johnny O'Connell there at the head of the pack. CSAP will get by him for a moment. Let's see if O'Connell can hem him in again. There's his block by O'Connell. Penalty time is up on Bobby Seaver. He rejoins the pack, so the Bombers are now back at full strength. 5 men. Getting out of there for the Chiefs, 29, Cease Hatfield. There comes Bill Lorino, the coach of the Bombers, moving out of the pack. Also moving out for the Chiefs, number 28, Ronnie Kulowski. Ronnie is a brother that also skates in the roller derby league. Ronnie grabs the lead. Down on the deck went Seaver. Lorino with the lead, calls it off. Bill Lorino, the coach of the Bombers, 38, had the lead, so he called off the jam because the Chiefs had 2 jammers out with him and also a blocker. Being on number 3-1, a defensive maneuver by Bill Lorino. Remember, you must have the lead to call off the jam. The only other way a jam ends is when the 90 seconds goes by, or if the officials call it off to prevent injury on the track that there has been a bad fall. 7 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the second period in the last half. 18-17 the score. The Bombers lead the Chiefs by 1. Jammers in the striped helmets are at the rear of the pack once again. They'll have to work their way out of that pack now and then start going for broke to get the points. Little Mike Gammon on the outside, cut off by O'Connell, whose return is cut off by Big John Parker, one of the biggest men in the roller derby league, 250 pounds. Next football player from Oklahoma. O'Connell out there. Check on the jammers. No jammers out of the pack yet. Georgie Adams there on the inside. 35 trying to get out. Bill Gatchel clears the way, and there goes Georgie Adams, but Buddy Atkinson Jr. is out to stop him. There's Buddy Atkinson. Heading him in. There goes Mike Gammon out and flying for the Chiefs. Little Mike, and here comes Georgie Adams now for the Bombers. Georgie Run Jones is also out of the pack for the Bombers. 36. Buddy Atkinson Jr. at blockers out for the Chiefs. 24. Gammon still with our leader. George Adams is trying to catch him. That's a tough job. Johnny O'Connell at the rear of the pack to block for the Bombers, number 40. Big Gene Gammon, 22, will be the key blocker for the Chiefs on this play. There's little Mike Gammon behind Charlie O'Connell. There's the block by O'Connell. Mike Gammon hemmed in. Up comes Georgie Adams, 35, and Run Jones, 36. Gammon calls it off when he saw the 2 jammers get up there, outnumbered 2-1 on that play. The 2 offensive players in scoring position for the Bombers. Little Mike Gammon of the Chiefs called off that jam with motion of the hands on the hip. So no score on that jam. It remains. Timeout has been called down on the track with the score. The Bombers 18 and the Chiefs 17. And Ken Nidell back with the roller derby as time has been called in. The skaters are on the track. The pack is bunched. We'll have a play getting underway in just a few seconds. And there's a whistle, and here we go. Buddy Atkinson Jr., 24, trying to get around on the outside. Buddy's a big lad, weighs about 200 pounds. His dad was a famous roller derby star, runs a training school in New York, and is the official coach. That area. Bill Lorino out there blocking at the head of the pack for the Bombers. Big Gene Gammon up there to clear the way for Buddy Atkinson Jr., and there he goes. Then Gene Gammon is back in there to cut off Georgie Adams, 35. Big Gene Gammon, 22, covering that track, but he's bumped out of there by Lorino, and there goes Run Jones, 36. Georgie Run Jones with his own peculiar skating style. Moving in there, Buddy Atkinson Jr. is Run Jones. Go here in the second period in the last half. The Chiefs and the Bombers. The Bombers in the white jerseys, the Chiefs in the dark jerseys. Secondary Gary Jammers getting out of the pack. Georgie Adams, 35, and little Mike Gammon, 25. Georgie Run Run Jones grabbed the lead for a moment. Buddy Atkinson Jr. is back in there with the block. Buddy grew up on skates. Our family just about has participated in roller derby the past several years. Look at little Mike Gammon fly. Georgie Adams moving with great speed around that track. At the rear of the pack, Georgie Jones to the outside. Gene Gammon, 22, with the block. Buddy Atkinson Jr. trying to get by Bill Gatchell and Bill Lorino. Little Mike Gammon in their scoring position. I believe he passed Lorino. He might have chalked up a point. He might have chalked up another point. We'll get the official decision when this jam ends. They're still trying for more points. Mike Gammon, 25, busting in there. Down goes a skater. And it's the Bombers, so a couple of more points have been scored as he was passed by both jammers on the Bomber squad. That was Big Ken Willis sitting the deck. See how many points the officials decide as the 90 seconds runs out. The officials have not decided. Let's see. 5 points. Little Mike Gammon and Buddy Atkinson Jr. One pass to 2 points, the other for 3. That's a big point splurge for the Chiefs as they now lead 22 to 18. No, another decision by the officials. They have added also 2 points scored in there by Run Run Jones for the Bombers. That will make the score 22 to 20. The Chiefs lead by 2, 22 to 20. Man, that's pretty hard to keep track of this action, Ken.
It was one of the most complicated scoring plays we've seen in some time, but it was there, and of course Big Gene Gammon was the reason the two Chiefs got through there with his great blocking, and Loreno and O'Connell did a nice job helping in Jones. All right, action on the back. Moving out, Johnny O'Connell, roller derby's most valuable skater for the Bombers as he tries to get him back into this game. 3 minutes to go in the second period. Johnny O'Connell moving out, but that back's moving at a great speed. Loreno now out at the head of the pack to try and slow it down. Slow that pack down. That's his job so that Johnny O'Connell can get around that track. Gets the pack and have more time in which to try and score. Moving out of there, 28. That's Ronnie Kolofsky for the Chiefs. But Bill Loreno cuts him off and puts him back into that pack. Bill Loreno riding herd 38, the coach of the Bombers. Bill started out to be an engraver, lost about 3 fingers on his right hand, and was right back to the roller derby leg. He's been a great star for many years. Breaking away a little Harry Kruger for the Bombers on this jam. Charlie O'Connell moving around the track, though, coming up on the pack. He'll be the first man in scoring position. 30 seconds remaining on this jam as O'Connell's closing on the back, and he's got Bill Loreno the block. Let's see if they can pull some teamwork and set up a play. They're talking it over. They got to get by Big Gene Gammon first, but he's quite an obstacle. Here they come. Watch their move. It's going to be the whip. There's the whip, and there he goes. 2 points. Running for more. Will he call out first? O'Connell with 2 points ties it up 22 to 22. Did you notice the great teamwork in there that time, Ken, as Charlie O'Connell, after passing those 2 skaters and with the pack stretched around the track while trying to make more points, still had to keep an eye on Bill Loreno, the coach, who was ready to warn him if any jammer got into scoring position for the Chiefs. Great teamwork. Well, they were waving their arms back at each other. However, I think with about 4 seconds to go, they were waiting for Kruger to move up and make his bid, and Loreno signaled no, and by the time Charlie got down to try to get up to Parker for another, or at least kept it, the time had run out. So again, that clock is so important. With 1.5 minutes to go on a jam, that's all you have. You've got all these things to consider. You've got all that speed, beating the clock, the blocking to go against. It's terrific. All right, Walt. Charlie O'Connell on the deck, but up and skating again. Takes real great teamwork to score in this roller derby game. This is not a one-man game. It takes all 5 skaters working together. America's fastest growing sport. Tremendously exciting. A wonderful spectator sport. Because there's action all the time, all over the track. The Chiefs with 2 jammers out on this play, but there's only 17 seconds remaining on the jam, but they're giving it everything they've got because a good block in the pack could set up a point. 10 seconds remaining now. Time rapidly running out of here in the second period in the last half. Little Mike Gammon flying up there behind Charlie O'Connell, but 3, 2, 1, and that's it.
the buzzer sounded, Mike Gammon made his bid, and Charlie O'Connell met him with a tremendous elbow block and dumped him flat on the track. No score on that play as the second period came to an end. Moving now into the third period of play. 4 periods in each half, 12 minutes duration. Third period coming up with a score all tied up at 22 points apiece between the Chiefs and the dark jerseys and the Bombers in the white jerseys. Now the changeover. Ken Neidell, how are telling the folks something about this?
Well, this is the pretty part of it. Of course, it's the only sport known where men and women are placed on equal basis, where there's an offense and a defense and body contact. And the boys' field was just tremendous that time. We had a great girls' skating period. Now they're back on, and we've got 2 big ones left, this one and the next one. That last play was quite amazing, Walt, because of the big guy, O'Connell, with a clean hard block, hit that little guy, Mike Gammon, with everything he had, and Mike went down, but Mike shook it off, so he must be in tremendous condition. Well, let's get down to the girls' action. Well, the girls are on the track, and out and flying for the Chiefs, 24, Jeannie Porter, the Indian girl. Jeannie is a big skating star, but she's small in stature, just 4 feet 11 and 1/2 inches. Weighs 107 pounds. She's been skating in the roller derby for 13 years, but this Jeannie Porter is a great one. 2 jammers out for the Bombers. Jan Ballo, 35. Roberta Mitchell, 33. Look at these girls come right at your camera. They are really moving. Speeds up to 35 miles an hour, and they throw blocks at that speed that will do justice to a professional football player. Takes a rugged competitor to take part in a roller derby game. Jerry Murray and the Jeannie Porter dunk. Jerry Murray, 22, now with the lead, closing on the back. Big Red Jensen hit a block, and Jerry Murray's already scored 1 point. Judy Sawinski blocked out of there by a member in the pack. Cleared the way for Jerry Murray to get that point. Then she immediately called off the jam before her blocker was passed by the jammers on the Bombers squad. So 1 point was chalked up, makes it 23-22 now. The Chiefs lead the Bombers here in the third period in the last half. Of interest to you fans, Jerry Murray, 22, doing a great skating job here for the Chiefs. Jerry's 38 years of age. She's been in the roller derby for 21 years. And little Mike Gammon, the young man that Ken Neidell telling you about, is Jerry Murray's son. Mother and son out here in the Chiefs squad. What a hobby for me, Ken. Yeah, what a family.
Well, there's nice people as you'd ever want to meet in your life. I've met Jerry Murray out on autograph parties, and man, she is a wonderful gal. Dresses beautifully, and certainly is a credit to the roller derby game. Judy Sawinski, 37, breaking away for the Bombers on this play. Dan Ballo, 35, also out for the Bombers. Sylvia Over, 23, out for the Chiefs. Judy McGuire, 25, out for the Chiefs. All 4 jammers out and moving on this play. Edge here in the third period of play, 23-22 over the Bombers. 4 jammers having a battle, and somebody's being flagged for an illegal block. Judy McGuire, 25, holding on the blocking play. 2 minutes in the penalty box. In the roller derby game, you're allowed a total of 8 minutes of penalty time before you are officially ousted out of the game. Murray blocking there, 22 for the Chiefs. Judy Sawinski, 37, trying to get by on the outside. There's a block by Murray, another block by Murray, and another block by Jerry Murray. And another one. Jerry Murray, a member of the All-Star Roller Derby team. Here's Jan Ballo in the picture to the outside. Jerry Murray all over the track. Sawinski off the track. She's got her helmet in her hand. You must wear your helmet to score. She went off the track. The official said to the rear of the track. Having period ended, no score. Skaters must wear helmets at all times. The jammer must have that helmet on in order to score. Of course, if the helmet is knocked loose from a block before the jammer moves by for a point, then it's up to the discretion of the official to figure whether the block did it or whether she did not wear the helmet firmly on her head. As you notice, substitutions are made in the roller derby game while the pack keeps moving at all times. That's why it takes tremendous conditioning to be a roller derby star. You are not allowed to stall around as you do in many professional sports and get ready for the next play. You must keep moving. And Ken, I get tired watching these skaters go around that track.
Well, you have to admire them because, as you know, Walt, they're from all parts of the USA, and of course we have tremendous training schools all over the country, and when you get a girl like Murray with her great career from Des Moines, Iowa, and you get a girl like Red Jensen, San Francisco's own Red Jensen, you can see where they come from. So wherever the fans are, Murray skater someday.
Jerry Murray moving for the Chiefs, 22. Annis Jensen, 38 for the Bombers. Roberta Mitchell, 33 in there with a block. Penalty time is up, and Judy McGuire, she rejoins the pack. The Chiefs are back at full strength. Jerry Murray with the lead. A penalty being called on Judy McGuire. I believe she just got out of the penalty box, and she goes right back in for 2 more minutes. Now she's still skating. Officials are pointing. The coaches are yelling on the infield. She's still on the track. The officials are still trying to get her off that track. Well, the Jammers are at the rear of the pack. Mitchell might have got in there for a point. There's a little confusion out there. The officials trying to get this skater off the track, who was penalized 2 minutes. Dan Valor also being flagged off the track for the Bombers. Both teams 1 member short. Watch your Jammers at the rear of the pack. Murray, 22, battling in there for a point. He calls off the jam with 30 seconds to go in the jam. The officials are having a conference tonight just what happened on that play. They say 1 point for the Chiefs. Bill Marino, coach of the Bombers, headed to that back call. Coach Baker, their infield coach. Both teams have coaches and infield coaches because their official coaches are playing coaches. The timeout has been called down on the track with the score as it stands now. The Chiefs 24, the Bombers 22. Still having the conference as time is called in. Bill Marino finally gives up the argument. Time has been called in. The skaters are returning to the track. We'll have the pack punched. There's another play underway in just a moment. The officials sort of changed their mind. They allowed that 1 point for the Chiefs, but they also gave 1 point to the Bombers on that last play. So the score is 24-23. The Chiefs lead the Bombers now by 1. With 5 minutes and 44 seconds to go here in the third period of play, and taking out is Darlene Anderson, 27 for the Chiefs. Roberta Mitchell, 33 for the Bombers. Out on this jam. That's these 2 girls battle it out. Darlene Anderson, a couple of years ago, the Rookie of the Year, rapidly becoming one of Roller Derby's great stars. Roberta Mitchell, 33, a very promising skater. There's Mitchell with a block on Anderson. Both these girls with a lot of speed. Blocked by Anderson, another block by Anderson on Mitchell. There's Mitchell with a block, a hard block. Anderson right back as these 2 girls battle it out on this jam. There's Mitchell right back with a block on Anderson. Closing on the back with Roberta Mitchell has the lead for the Bombers. Big Red Jensen, the number 1 blocker, drops back to block out Darlene Anderson. 38, Annis Jensen, the number 1 blocker on this play for the Bombers. Jerry Murray, 22, doing the job for the Chiefs. Jerry Murray, a great jammer and a great blocker. Watch your jammers in the striped helmets. Against the great star. Annis Big Red Jensen lived in fast with the key block on Jerry Murray. Roberta Mitchell moved by, scored the point, and called off the jam before Jensen could be passed by the jammer for the Chiefs. That point ties it up at 24-24. Score now all tied up with 4 minutes to go here in the third period of play. The official announcement then was that Judy McGuire has drawn a total of 3 penalties for a total of 6 minutes, so she should get 1 more penalty. She would be out of the game. 8 minutes, and you're out of this game. Jensen with the key block that time, tied up the score 24-24. 3 minutes and 44 seconds to go here in the third period of play. Watch the jammers in the striped helmets. They are the offensive players. They start from the rear of the pack. They work their way out of that pack with the help of their blockers. Once the jammer's out, 90 seconds starts to tick off. And that jammer in the striped helmet has 90 seconds in which to circle that track, catch the pack, and then for each member of the opposing team that jammer passes, it's a point. Of course, when you get around the track and get to the rear of the pack, you always run into the number 1 blocker on the opposing team, and you have quite a job cut out for yourself. Out of flying, Judy McGuire, 25 for the Chiefs. Big Red Jensen, 38 for the Bombers. Getting by on the inside and out of that pack. 32, Lorraine DeVries on this jam for the Bombers. Jan Vallow also out there on this jam. Judy McGuire for the Chiefs. There's a block on Lorraine DeVries. McGuire moving on Vallow now. He calls it off as he grabs the lead. On number 2-1. run on that jam. As soon as she grabbed the lead, she called it off. Remember, only the lead jammer can call off the play. Then Judy McGuire is a fiery little competitor, Ken.
Yeah, she was out of Buddy Atkinson Senior's training school out of New York. From up around White Plains, and the little gal, even though she's small, has got tremendous ability. She's come a long way. In fact, she ran up second to Darlene Anderson for the Rookie of the Year award. Darlene is certainly a great skater, but the skater that impresses me, and it's a West Coast product, is Roberta Mitchell, who I watched about a year ago, and she was just a novice. This girl right now is a pro all the way. Roberta Mitchell, a West Coast girl skating for the Bombers. But the talent out here is terrific. The action is great. And, Walt, here we go.
Well, the action certainly is great, Ken, and that's why people all over the United States and elsewhere are enjoying roller derby games. America's fastest growing sport. Over 500,000 people saw roller derby in the past season in the San Francisco Bay Area. Jerry Murray out on this jam for the Chiefs, 22. Big Red Jensen right there with her, 38 for the Bombers. There's a block by Jensen on Murray. Jensen grabs the lead for the moment. Jensen's 37 years of age, Jerry Murray 38. Both these girls' mothers with fine youngsters. Closing on the back, there's Jan Bowell, 35, there to block. He'll try and block out Jerry Murray. Murray with a block on Jensen. There's a block by Gallo on Murray. Jensen a chance to move up and grab the lead on this jam. Remember, you do not have to have the lead in order to score. Now on the deck, Murray. Jensen scored 2 points to make it 26-24, but some beautiful blocking in there made those points easy, Ken.
Right, and there's a very, very good shot of Jerry Murray, the great champion of the Chief team. But with all his talent on both teams, you're bound to see this kind of game because I don't think that the Bomber girls team is any stronger than the Chiefs, but at the same time, the Chiefs are just as strong as the Bombers, so it gives for great competition. Now, the Warriors are going to stand by now and take over for the big blue chip period, that's what we call it, the last skating period, and the score 26-24. The Bombers out in front. It's still anybody's game because they got a big 12-minute period coming up. We noticed a few times, there's a scoreboard, 26-24. We've had these cheerleaders, the Bomber cheerleaders are out here, and of course they're very active, very good. We had a wonderful intermission show while the teams took a breather. So you can only get it all, Walt. You can't get it all. You can't get it. These fans go just absolutely wild at the roller derby because we have a tremendous crowd of women and a tremendous amount of men at a roller derby because you have the two factions, the women's field and the men's field, playing under the same rules. Well, here we go. Walt Harris, let's take over.
Ken, you mentioned the cheerleaders. That's just one phase of the excitement and the attraction roller derby has for fans. For tonight's game, several busloads came in from out of town, chartered buses just to see this game. Chiefs and the Bombers. Mike Gammon, 25 with the lead. He might call off the jam because the Bombers have 2 jammers out, O'Connell and Adams. There's the motion of the hands on the hips. Remember, only the lead jammer can call off the play, and that's the motion of the hands on the hip. Little Mike Gammon, with 2 jammers out for the Bombers, figured that was the safest thing to do on that particular play. Now we'll have another play get underway. The jammers will fall back to the rear of the pack in the striped helmets. Then they will start their move up out of that pack, try and get out there and go for points. The Bombers lead by 2, 26-24. 10 minutes and 48 seconds to go into the game. Tremendous skating out there, breaking out of the pack. Ronnie Krylowski for the Chiefs. O'Connell moving up, but he's got to get by Big Chief Gammon before he's out on this jam. There's Chief Gammon, beautiful. Charlie O'Connell, one of the most valuable skaters. Tremendous following. Fan clubs all over the United States. Charlie O'Connell, number 40. It's a 2-on-1 situation. Charlie outnumbered 2-on-1. Let's see if he can grab the lead, if he will call it off, or if he'll take on both these skaters. Big Charlie O'Connell in the middle there, biding his time. There's his block on Krylowski, and he took him out of there. Here comes O'Connell moving on the back, doing everything he's done. to know why Charlie O'Connell, number 40, did not try for more than 1 point before calling off that jam. That's because Bill Areno, who was doing the blocking job for Charlie, in order to set up the point for Charlie, left himself vulnerable to being passed by Mike Gammon, the jammer for the Chiefs. So O'Connell wisely moved by for his point, then immediately called off the jam before his blocker could be passed for a point. That now makes the score 27-24. The Bombers lead the Chiefs by 3. 9 minutes to go here in this game. Big John Parker, 23, the former Oklahoma football player, 250 pounds up there at the head of the pack, riding herd on things. Bobby Seaver, 33, trying to break away, but he's cut off in there by Zeus Hatfield. London Jones trying to get around on the outside. Here he comes. Will he get out of there? He does. Bill Gatchel, 39, out there to clear the way. Gatchel trying to get Gatchel out to block him off. Here comes Mike Gammon jamming for the Chiefs. Mike Gammon, he's small, but he's dynamite. The real high scorers of the roller derby league. And Mike Gammon with the lead now over Georgie London Jones. Bobby Seaver, 33, breaking away. 15 seconds to go in the game. Jones with the block on Mike Gammon. As you notice, when they catch the pack, John Parker was out at the head of the pack blocking at the start of the jam, has dropped to the rear of the pack now in the number 1 blocking role. Key blocker usually starts at the front to try and keep the other team hemmed in, then immediately drops to the rear of the pack once jammers are out to protect your team from being scored upon. That's Big John Parker's job, 23, 250 pounds now. Bill Areno, 38, doing the blocking job, and Little Mike Gammon, 25, as Big Gene Gammon, 22, drops back to help his boy out. Let's see if Big Gene Gammon can set up a play, 22. There's his block on Gatchel, and a point's being scored by Mike Gammon as he passed 39. Big Gene Gammon set that play up in the middle of the pack. 39 has the pass for a point. 1 point picked up by Little Mike Gammon. Big Gene Gammon setting up the play. Makes the score now 27-25. The Bombers lead the Chiefs by 2. Big Gene Gammon, certainly a dangerous man out there, Ken. He can put on blocks anywhere that will set up points.
Well, that's the experience that he has. This guy's been around a long, long time. And, of course, Gene is a creditable fellow on the backpack because he's one of the boys that picked out Charlie O'Connell when Charlie was a rookie, along with Buddy Atkinson Jr., and said, this guy has got it. Since that time, of course, the big number 40 is a big train out here on the West Coast, and he has made every All-American in roller derby competition. And, of course, he admires Gammon in his blocking way. I think that Charlie, as an all-around man, offensively and defensively, is probably just one of the real stick-outs in a long, long time in this sport. Big battle back in the back between John Parker and Charlie O'Connell. Look at him block. Look at Parker get knocked around there. Parker battling it out the rear of the pack. He's 2 big men. Well, Parker, look at the knee block by Parker. John Parker, illegal blocking on that play. Almost runs over a official as it comes to the infield. 2 minutes in the penalty box. A little over exuberant on his blocking. Out of jamming, Buddy Atkinson Jr., 24 for the Chiefs on this play. There's Big John Parker. Norman Derby, his infield coach, talking things over with him. Skater can't do you any good when he's in the penalty box. There's your lead jammer, Buddy Atkinson Jr. He's your secondary jammer. John Parker is still unhappy. He refuses to sit down in the penalty box, but he's going to have to stay there for the full 2 minutes anyway. There's Buddy Atkinson Jr. out, moving around that track. 30 seconds remaining on this jam. There's John Parker yelling something to his teammates. He's a big one, and he's a rugged customer. Hard to handle. Closing on the pack, Buddy Atkinson Jr. 23 seconds to go on this jam. 24. Charlie O'Connell, number 40, back there to block for the Bombers. About 10 seconds remaining on this jam. He's going to have to make his bid and make it soon if he wants to score some points. Here he comes. There's O'Connell to greet him. O'Connell with a block, a hard block. Racks it up against the rail. Time is running out rapidly. That's it. That's the end of the jam. No score in that play. So his timeout is called down on the track with the score. The Bombers 27 and the Chiefs 25. Bombers and the Chiefs, 3
minutes and 38 seconds now to go in the game. Buddy Atkinson Jr. 24 coming right back into the game as a jammer. Chiefs keeping fresh jammers in there all the time. Buddy Kolosky out there for one jam, then Buddy Atkinson Jr. right back in there. Little Mike Gammon stays on, though, as a jammer. Here we go with another play getting underway. 3 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the game. The Chiefs and the Bombers. The Bombers lead by 2. The Bombers in the light jerseys, the Chiefs in the dark jerseys. Bill Marino getting out of there on the outside. Charlie O'Connell riding herd of things up ahead of the pack. Dean Gammon up there. John Parker putting blocks on O'Connell. Taking little Mike Gammon loose. Here's this Chiefs squad. They'll send him out after Bill Marino. Bill Marino can call off the play again. The Chiefs have 2 jammers out once again. Little Mike Gammon and Buddy Atkinson Jr. Let's see if Bill Marino calls it off. 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the game. There's a block by Marino on little Mike Gammon. They're coming up on the back and coming up fast. Let's see if Marino calls it off or goes for more points. There's his block. There goes Mike Gammon. Bill Marino getting the whip around the back. He's past Parker. He has already passed for 1 point, even though he's back to the rear of the pack now. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the game. 38 is your scoring man. He's the offensive blocker. Buddy Atkinson Jr. in scoring position, too. 24 for the Chiefs. He's been hailed out of there by Charlie O'Connell, number 40. Bill Marino on the outside trying to move by again. Came out 34 from nowhere. We let the officials decide. They're having a conference before they announce the points. 1 point. They said Harry Kruger, who came out of nowhere for the Bombers, went on to the infield, so he did not get credit for passing for a point. So that makes the score now 28 to 25. The Bombers lead the Chiefs by 3 with 1 minute and 21 seconds to go in the game. Back is being formed. There'll be 1 more jam in this game. The Chiefs are going to have to get that jammer out and get him out of there fast. 28-25 the score. 1 minute and 8 seconds to go in the game. The Chiefs battling to shake little Mike Gammon, the big point scorer, out of there. Quickly on a defensive maneuver now. They've got to run out that clock to win this game. Little Mike Gammon on the outside, being cut off by Charlie O'Connell. Little Mike Gammon again fighting to get out of there. 25, and he's going to get out of there. Here's the whip from John Parker. Away goes little Mike Gammon. 44 seconds to go in the game. The Chiefs trail by 3, trying to get back in the battle. There goes Mike Gammon. The hopes of the Chiefs rest with this little lad now. 125 pounds, but you might say auto wire. He's tough. He can fly. 28 seconds now. Little Mike Gammon moving around that track. 25 seconds to go. Little Mike Gammon giving everything he's got. The Bombers unable to get a jammer out of there. 15 seconds to go. Mike Gammon still hoping to catch that back. His team needs 3 points to tie it up for the win. Little Mike Gammon closing in the rear of the pack. Johnny O'Connell there to block for the Bombers. 6 seconds to go. O'Connell slows him down as the clock is running out on little Mike Gammon. 2 seconds to go. And that's it. Thrown in there as the Chiefs are a little bit unhappy about that. All the Chiefs have Bill, but the game is over as he drew his helmet. That ordinarily is the rule in the roller derby game. So your final score in this game tonight, the Bombers 28 and the Chiefs 25. Another exciting roller derby game.